Now look, right when I'm done with the videos, I find this, and I'm sure you all have already seen it and gone through it, but by golly, we got to make ours better or different. So when you get a chance, definitely go out to YouTube and see all the others. Create a surface, all this stuff going back to last semester, create parcels. We'll get to some of these others. We're about heading to the create a basic corridor. Of course, we start, as always, by not only opening up our drawing, but then checking that everything looks right by going File, New, etc. So we're going to open up a drawing. The drawings that we had were down to the E one, where we left off right there. If you remember, at an assembly, we're there. We've got a bunch of views in our drawing, so we can float around, right? We can just float around by going to the view control. We can go to our overall. We've got it pretty simple, and what I will then expect all of you to do is design some roads that begin and end at the quarter point. So begins there and ends there, or begins there and ends there, etc. And see how you can tie into this kind of general alignment. This, of course, will be predicated on us figuring out how our network works with something that we call data shortcuts. So we'll be able to do it by XREFs and AutoCAD, but data shortcuts is the preferred way. We are now left with going in and doing a corridor, making a simple corridor. So let's make two simple corridors. Click on the corridor command. We're going to create a simple corridor. In this case, we'll call our corridor dash. We'll call this one south. Let's go west east. All right, we're going to use the standard corridor, hit OK. We're going to learn the space bar and get, west-east road, sure. Learn the space bar and get, let's see, boy, that's going to be a little bit harder. I'm going to guess the profile is going to be the layout 4 that we did. Hit OK. Space bar, the assembly there. And the final thing is to click on your targets. This idea of targets is going to be huge and big when we start working in things that are more complex, like two different sides of a highway with a shared median, something like that, or else when you're abutting against something maybe like a site design that you might have done last semester when you were talking about designing parcels or sites. So we'll look at that. So you want to definitely pick your proposed target. This might be actually, instead of a bogus, we might actually have a proposed surface defined that we would hit as our target. So you've got all kinds of targets hit here. You hit OK. You see it modeling the corridor, and then right there you hopefully see something. Yep, that looks like it did something, and if you think about it, it looks about right. We were trying to match grade right in here. So you've made one corridor, and if you click on that, you see that as a corridor object. That's what you want. Let's do one more corridor. We're going to create a corridor. Create a simple corridor. We'll call this corridor south-north. South-north corridor will be defined by, hit a space bar. Well, we probably want the south-north center line. And we probably would like, boy, it's hard to say which one we did, probably that layout 5. You'll see as we start wanting to actually give names, better names for these proposed. But as it comes out, the surfaces are generally existing and the layouts are what we're proposing. You hit OK. Assembly, again, we have the same assembly. Here we go. Click that. We're changing our targets. And we can hit OK here. And there you have it. Now, you have at this point made two corridors which kind of intersect, and you'll see later on the next and last and greatest step is to go ahead and design an intersection. We want to learn to do that a little bit by hand first, thoughtfully, as we start looking at kind of intersections that you look around and go, boy, who designed this? Were they worth not only the salary but also the multiplier? Remembering when you are working for a consultant, your time that you get in salary and benefit as you're learning and estimating is if you're making, let's say, 16 an hour, you may be costing the client something like 60 an hour when you think about all the overhead and everything else. So we're going to want to be very thoughtful for the rest of the semester as we're driving around town. I'm zooming in and out here. Now I'll show you, we're going to go ahead and hit File, Save As very quickly before we get much farther here. We're going to save as. Now we're to the F. Now, there's a lot that can be done with Object Viewer, but it seems to be pretty pokey. So what I'm going to do here is finally demonstrate a really fun command so I can show you the Anipath and see how it then captures. I'm going to make a polyline that goes from here to there, and then another polyline that goes from there to there. I'm sorry, we're going to go up here, from here to here, and then we're going to create another polyline that goes from there to there. And this time, if you think about this being at an elevation of 1250, I'm going to do my P line from the dot XY of here with an elevation of 1300. And polylines have one elevation. So I'm just going to do that. Click that right there. And I've made a polyline. I'm going to left click spacebar, move, and I'm going to say at 0 in the X, 100 in the Y, and minus 100 in the Z. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do copy, so I'm going to now do it again. I'm going to hit left click, and I'll just go backwards. Left click, spacebar, C for copy, at. Well, now we're going to go the other way. 0, comma, minus 100, comma, 100. And now we've got two polylines there. I don't know if there we have two polylines. These will be, one will be our camera path and one will be our target path. We're hoping it works. This is an AutoCAD command, and you will use the viewer, but you will also use a bunch of other programs once you get to this phase and get a surface from your corridor. The corridor surface will be the next thing, but you have gone and done the complete model. You have made centerline alignment, a proposed one. You have made an existing and proposed profile. You have made assembly, and you have made a corridor to put them all together. Now we can try an AutoCAD command, Anipath. What a fun command. Anipath. We'll see if it takes the machine down. That's why I saved it. It takes a while, but we're going to link our camera to a path. We're going to go to the higher one for the path on the camera. We won't give it a name. We're going to link our target to a path. We're going to go to the lower one there. We're going to hit OK. We're going to actually give it a duration of around 5 seconds. We'll give it a resolution pretty low to start. We might want to put it in a movie file, an MPEG file, anything like that. We're using a lot of AVI here, so we're going to go ahead and do a preview. This is my favorite thing right here. Beautiful command. Wonderful command when it doesn't take your machine down. So it's going through and it shows you how the camera goes along there. Look at that. All right, we're running out of time in our... So that's what the path is going to look like. Great command. Wonderful command. And you're going to see, especially if you start driving down the road, you can get a preview on it. It looks something like that. That's what it looks like as we go through here. And this last button, we probably won't make the 10 minutes, but as you see, I flew over the road. What you're seeing there is I'm actually looking down to the 0 elevation, so I'm really not getting a good view of the project. But be that as it is, I can now go ahead and hit OK. And I'm going to put that in visualization 1 in my documents. Hit a save here and watch how it plunks away. It's going to take 1 minute and 24 seconds, so the time will time out. By the time we're done, I'm going to hit that stop bar, but there it is. It's kind of giving you a preview. What you're looking at here, however, is a projection down. Because of the camera angles, you're actually not looking at the road. In a second, the road will fly past you. And we'll take a look at this in class in a second. Here, our camera actually passes over the 3D objects. Oh, there they are. There's the road up in space, and you can kind of see how it goes out to the different each of those lines. So that's not a great camera path. We go back and set another one. We're done with 10 minutes. That's a whole project in less than an hour. Hope you enjoy. Hope you took notes. Bye.